YouTube, welcome back to Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. Today, we're going to take a look at something that was sent to me by Brew By Me. Very graciously, he sent me a whole box of beer last December, and this is one that I've been keeping stored on a shelf because it's not one that will actually go bad. This is an extra special one, I'm hoping, that I've been really dying to try. This is a style I've never sampled before. And take a look at Mort Subite Kriek. Kriek Lambic, product of Belgium, 375 milliliter bottle, corked at the top. It's a flavored beer. Ingredients are water, malted barley, wheat, cherry juice, and elderberry juice, corn, sugar, and hops. Now, if I understand this, the normal style for this Lambic is it's not normally made with corn or sugar, but it's a very natural style of beer where usually these types of beers are fermented using live yeasts. Like, well, I mean, all beers are made using live yeast, but in this case, it's more of a wild strain. Like, usually what they do with a Lambic is that it's not like a lager or an ale. They leave the vat open, mostly in a traditional sense of a Lambic, and it spontaneously ferments with whatever airborne bacteria there is. So the Lambic style is taking on a more traditional style originating from Belgium, and typically uses your you okay?
I don't like corks.
Oh, okay. She's ducking. Typically uses
Point it out somewhere else.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll be okay, I think. Oh, I got it. Woo! Oh, that smells good. Typically uses a wild strain of yeast, and it also generates what's kind of like a sour type of beer. So I'm really looking forward to this. Now, a Kriek Lambic is a Lambic mixed with cherry juice, yeah, it's usually just cherry juice.
So would that be called a red waffle?
Red waffle, not a blue waffle. Oh, I'm watching the Rhinos chat thing. Alrighty, so we'll give this a pour in a wine glass, and it pours out like a rose color, like a pink. Interesting. Because I'm doing this with Neely, she wants to try this too, so let's give this a pour. Now it comes in at 4.5 ABV. I was actually expecting something a little stronger than this, but whatever. I guess the closest thing I've ever had to something like this is that Fruity, which is like a Weiss beer, like a Belgian white made with strawberry juice. This is a Lambic made with cherry juice, and looking at it right now, it's got a decent amount of carbonation, a white pink head, and a very it's a very rose-colored body, like almost a pink. You hold it up this way, looking at this light here, it looks red, like
it almost looks like wine.
Beet red. Yeah, and that's what, like, a Lambic is almost kind of like a wine, only made with barley. Not quite a barley wine, but using, you know, spontaneous fermentation and those kind of yeasts. So, ooh, that looks neat. It does look like a red wine. Well, maybe not really like a red wine.
No, it's more of a
rosé.
Ruby, like a ruby.
Anyway, let's give it a sniff. Smells almost like apple juice with cherries.
I've never tried this one.
It's got this kind of like a salty twang to its smell, but in the fruity sense. Honey. Smell.
You invited me.
You want to smell the cork? You can go cork yourself.
You go soak your own cork.
Cork soaker. Smells nice. I mean, it's got this like a little hint of cherry, hint of what I'm assuming is like an elderberry juice, because it's not quite as cherry as I would have liked. It's got more like an apple kind of tinge to it.
Yeah, I don't know what an elderberry smells like, so.
Your father was a hamster and your mother reeked of elderberries.
I'm guessing not very much. Not very good.
But it's mainly like this salty, fruity kind of smell. I'm not picking up any alcohol. Not that you would for 4.5%. And not a whole lot of malt. There maybe is like a gentle, like a small amount of sweetness in the back, but that's about it. Anyway, want to dive in?
Let's go in.
Okay.
Oh, that's
interesting.
Wow. It's almost fruit juicy.
It's very sour, but from what I've heard, it's supposed to be.
It tastes kind of carbonated.
Mm.
Did you get that? Like.
Very bubbly.
Mm.
It's almost like a champagne, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't pick up any alcohol whatsoever.
Yeah, no alcohol. Very mild cherry, but for the most part, this fruity sourness, like this apple sourness.
Mm.
You'd swear you were drinking like some kind of wine cooler.
Yeah, that's what it tastes like.
Mm. It's nice and sour, very fruity,
Very dry.
very dry, and very light.
Mm. It's the theme of the night.
Mm. That's really nice. Now, I can't say whether, I haven't had many Krieks, so I can't really say whether that's a really good one.
How many
or
other
really bad
Krieks
one.
have you had?
This is it.
So yeah,
Krieks.
so now you know.
Kriek or Kriek, or however you pronounce it.
Freaker.
Mm.
Yeah, that's really drinkable
really
because it goes down like a juice would.
It tastes like some kind of table wine.
Mm.
Some kind of flavored wine. Oh, I'm not really much of a wine drinker. Wine usually bothers my stomach. I'm hoping this won't do the same, but this is really nice.
Wine usually gives me a
I love
headache.
how dry
so
this is.
This is nice.
Still recording?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Mmm.
You got
That's
2 minutes
tasty.
50 seconds.
That's tasty. Want to sit down?
Sure.
Cool. Alright, we're going to sit down with this one, and we'll be right back. And we're back with more Subite Kriek. So, what did we think of this one? I liked it. It was really nice, really light, really dry. It's got a nice fruity flavor. The only thing I have to say is that I haven't had many Lambics, so I can't really say whether this is a good one or a bad one. And from what I've heard, like the use of corn, sugar, and previous ratings, I don't really read reviews before I review a beer myself. I usually just pay attention whether the numbers are good or whether for certain specs of like where it's from, etc., etc. But from what I've heard, this is kind of like the McDonald's of Krieks. It's one of the lower rated ones. However, as I can't really rate it as amongst other Lambics because this is the only one I've ever had. What I've got to say for this particular style of beer, though, is that I like it. I really like it, and I'm looking forward to trying some more. Like I've got a Lindemans up in my cupboard here. I'm splitting with Heist Almighty, and Heist Almighty's got some old Hansons, I think, like an old Goose and a Kriek that we're splitting sometime this spring. And I'm really looking forward to trying those because if they're anything like this, they're going to be absolutely fantastic. This one here, I gotta say, I gotta give it at least a 4. What do you think?
I don't know. Is it like not? To me, it doesn't seem to have. And I don't know. I've never had a Lambic either, but it doesn't seem to have any beer characteristics. Like there's no.
I don't think a Lambic usually does. It's more like a sour.
I don't know that though. To me, it tastes like a wine or something like that. I downed it. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, as soon as we hit stop on the camera.
Sorry, I'm thirsty.
Oh, well, have a beer then. Alright.
Oh, you're asking me
so what would you give it for a rating?
I don't know if I'd go that high. I'd say maybe 3.5 or something.
3.5? See, I was basing it just based on the fact of what do I think of it as a beer.
As a beer, I still would say 3.5. So I'm not sure what it's supposed to taste like. Maybe once we try other ones, I'll be like, okay, maybe it was supposed to taste like that, or maybe it wasn't supposed to taste like that.
All I know is that I really do like this style so far. Very nice. I like the presentation of it, of course, being cork bottle. I like the overall palate of it is really nice, where it's got this nice fruity sour dryness. It's really quite easily drinkable, where you could drink probably a lot of this actually without really knowing how many you're going to.
Well, it's really
although God knows how expensive that is per bottle. See, they sell these at the LCBO, and we're not lucky enough, or not worthy enough, apparently, at New Brunswick to get any kind of Lambic or Kriek or Old Goose or something like that. And I really wish that we could. But, that said, very enjoyable, very tasty beer. The only slight against it is that it's not as much cherry as I was hoping for. It was more like this, almost like apple juice. Yeah. And it's probably coming from the use of elderberry.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, Yeah, I'm almost second guessing my score because of that. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it as it is. So 4 out of 5 for me, 3.5 out of 5 for Mealy. That was our review of more Subite's Kriek. Thanks for watching, and very special thank you goes out to Brew by Me for sending me this lovely bottle. I'll talk to you guys later. Cheers.